This have Yerushalmi Shabbos in the article Ozvar edition. We're on Daf Ayin base Amrav at the third line. And in the Vilna, that is on the bottom of the last line on the Chesam and base. And we're going to learn this like the Korban Eidah is a question. The article is a different shot, but the Korban Eidah says like this, that we learned yesterday, and this is the best picture for us to deal with in order to understand the sugya. It doesn't appear here in Shabbos, although this is probably the picture that the Korban Eidah has in mind. The picture showed in the article yesterday does not fit with this because it shows a gap of 1.5 tefachim around the middle seed. Show that in a second. Find it here quickly. Yeah, that was this picture over here, and there's a gap around the middle one. So this, like I said, this is the other picture, which is more accurate for our purposes, where there's just a dot in the middle. That's the fifth seed in the middle. So the Rabbi Shlomo Bar Sisrata said yesterday that we learn out that you can plant 5 vegetables in this aruga because it says ru'el, which is plural, and from the 2 you can extrapolate to 4, and then you have it down the middle for the 5th. So Rabbi Yehuda asked a question there. So Rabbi Yehuda said, "Avoda bagas ba'avoda ve'min bogeh b'chavero l'chovsho." Well, let's read like this. So I'm reading the Korban Eidah. He says, "Avoda madina shazura arba abisha chas nugas chaberta." Sorry, came to shkarmim. Avoda bagas avoda is okay. That's fine. Avoda pagas ba'avoda. Fine, because since it's nicker, since it's on angle, so therefore it's not a problem. But ve'emin pogeh b'chavero l'chovsho, but el hakasha, I mean the Korban Eidah. So mean the middle dot. It's imprisoned in the middle. Has no place empty on the outside. It's like imprisoned. Also, you know how to do it. So from your limud, we can't learn out that you can plant 5 seeds because that middle one, how do you know your chiddush is correct? That middle one is okay just because it points out the 4 angles, which is obviously chiddush. Maybe we consider chavush, and therefore the fact that you can plant 2 or maybe even 4 doesn't give you the 5th one. So we need a limud for that. So Rabbi Shimon Levi says another limud. Rabbi Shimon Levi Amar, it's spelled here. Oh, no, it's spelled in the article actually. Yeah, the article is fixed. Changes it to instead of zera, as it says in Vilna, to zar'ah. Zayin Reish Ayin Hey, and if it would have just said Zar'ah, that it would have meant 1. It says it would have said Zra'eha, that that adds on, and it's plural, Zra'eha, right? And Ziru'eh has an extra vav. So that's also plural. That's adds on 2. So it could have said Zara 1, but it said that would have been, it had been written absolutely stripped of the other letters. Has Zera'ah, that's an additional 2, and that's because of extra yud. And it says Zera'ah, that's an additional, the vav is an additional, adds another plural. So I have 5 altogether. Rabbi Yehuda Omer Shisha, Rabbi Yehuda says 6. He's not brought down here. He's brought down in the Mishnah in the Kilayim. So when it says 6, you learn the hay extras being first hay, which we added in, and the article has as well inside the text. You have zera is 1, zar'ah, the extra hay, and is the second one. Zra'eh, another 2, and zureh makes 6 altogether. Zra'eh is chamisha. Zra'eh has 5 letters. And that's the way to learn it. So 5 letters, 5 species. Anytime I find it with a vav, actually in the climb itself, It says called the word vav here. Vav on a machikla. I erase it because the proper version is without the vav and the 5 letters. Ishtayis Rav Huna Safra the Sidra. They asked Rav Huna, who is the sofer in the base medrash. Varmer said Zureh Mole. He said Zirah is Mole, and in fact it can can't let out the number of letters because there's 6 letters, not 5 letters. Okay, so next line, the Gemara has to be changed to the way it reads in Kilayim, and the article does change it inside in brackets. Rabbi Yochanan B'Shem Rabbi Yanai said, Kulun b'toch shisha. All of them within 6. In other words, this limit on 5 species is only if you're planted within this patch of 6 by 6 tvachim. Kahana b'Shem Shimon Levi said kulun chutz l'shisha. So no, even outside 6 tvachim, you're still not going to get more than that. And there's a picture in the article of how you're going to only get 6, because even if it's outside the 6 tvachim, if you distance everything properly, you're still only going to get 5. It's even outside of 6 tvachim, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Distance that way, otherwise there's no other way to do it. Says Gemara, why is that? Right? You can get 9. Why not 9? Even quite Reish Lakish, we will get 9. We have 9. This picture over here. As long as you have the 1.5, 1.5, 1.5 separations, you get 9. Why only 6? Okay, a little bit closer. So the Gemara says, in theory, you're right. So, but Rabbi Tanchum, Butzrei Bikini, it's about the following case. It's about when it's a patch among patches. Now, the article picture is a bit confusing. I first tried this one, which is from Yerushalmi Shabbos, which I drew years ago, based on Yerushalmi. That's this picture over here. In other words, if it's like this, the patch among patches, you're going to have to alternate. You're never going to get more than 5. Okay, double alternate, and you get 5, 5, 5. But since patch among patches, you can't expand further, because then if you have something in the middle, like this case over here, right, which is the case that we just saw in the article, you're not able to do one like this next to it. So that's the way you'd have to do it in order to make a patch among patches. So the article is a bit confusing, but it's really the same picture, similar idea. It's not exactly the same scenario. Okay, there you're actually meshing those patches together. Not sure why he draws it like that. Okay, so that's why Shloki said you can't get more than 5 because he's talking about aruga ben arugos. All right, next Mishnah. Halacha Gimel. How do we know the woman who had relations with her husband, and for the next 3 days she may actually have a Sheikh Vazara, have semen which comes out of her, and that's going to make her tummy as if she herself was had an emission. Before Matan Torah, the Jews were forbidden to have relations, husbands and wives, for 3 days, in order that she shouldn't be pulled at the Sheikh was there on the 3rd day and be tummy to mascari. How do you know that on account of his the Bismillah being dangerous on the 3rd day, you can wash a child with hot water on Shabbos, heat up hot water to wash him, even though it's Shabbos, because we'll have Nefesh. It says by Shechem that after they had their Bris Milah on the 3rd day, they were in pain, and the assumption is that it's a danger. How do you know that you tie a string of red thread on the head of the goat, which is sent Zazel to be thrown off the cliff on Yom Kippur? If your sins will be like red, like shani, which is a red color, they'll become white like snow. In order to stand the Gemara, it's best to actually do the Mishnah from Mikvos, which the Gemara cites later in the article, the second to last line on the Amud, and in the Vilna, right at the top of Nun Testament Beis. And it's a Mishnah from Mikvos, and the art scroll there in Mikvos does a very nice job in explaining, which I'm going to use in order to explain the Mishnah. So, and then we come back to Rabbi Yochanan, because Rabbi Yochanan is really going on this Mishnah. Very often, we have then Yerushalmi, we have the Kabbalatico, where first you have a statement of Amor, and then only afterwards the Mishnah or the Brisa, which it's going on. Tamatina, so we're going to do it first. Tamatina, Hapoleti Shichva Zera B'Yom HaShlishi, Torah. Somebody, a woman who is Polet Shichva Zera, she emits semen on the third day after having had relations. She's Torah, Divrei Rabbi Elazar ben Azariah. So, the article clearly explains, if a woman emits semen on the third day from when she had intercourse, including the day of the intercourse, she is tahor. It does not matter how many hours have elapsed, as long as it's the third day. It can take sometimes take up to 48 hours for the third day to arrive. For example, she had intercourse right at the beginning of Thursday. In other words, you have Wednesday night. That's Wednesday night after nightfall. In halacha, it's Thursday, even though we call it in secular Wednesday night. 48 hours will transpire until the Shabbos day commences. Other times, the third day will arrive after just 24 hours. Namely, if the intercourse took place on Thursday late afternoon, just before nightfall, the Shabbos day will commence just over 24 hours later. In the opinion of this Tana, it is the third day that counts, not how many hours have elapsed. So that's the time. By Yom Hashlishi, no matter how many hours it is from the time that beyond. Rabbi Shmuel Ber Pa'amim Shem Arba Onos. Sometimes it's 4 onos. Onos are periods of 12 hours each. So 4 times 12 would be 48 hours. Pa'amim Shem Chamesh. Sometimes it's 5 hours, or 5 onos, sorry, that's 60 hours. Sometimes it's 6, which is 72 hours. So again, from the article, it does not matter to Rabbi Shmuel how many hours of onos have elapsed, as long as it is the 4th day, not the 3rd day, the 4th day. Sometimes the 4th day arrives after 4 periods. Namely, if she had intercourse late Wednesday afternoon, the Shabbos commences a little more than 5 periods later. Sometimes it takes 5 days when intercourse took place early Wednesday morning. Sometimes I said 5 days, sorry. Sometimes it takes 5 periods when intercourse took place early Wednesday morning. Sometimes it takes 6 periods when intercourse took place Tuesday night right after nightfall. Okay, so according to Rabbi Elazar ben Azariah, 3rd day. Again, it doesn't matter how many onos. According to Rabbi Shmuel, it's the 4th day. Doesn't matter how many onos. And the Rabbi Akiva Omer, the Olamei Chamesh. Because it's always 5. So for 5 onos, in other words, 60 hours. Rabbi Akiva holds that a full 60 hours must elapse before an emission no longer renders a woman tamei. This is in contrast to previous Tanoim held that the 3rd or 4th day is the determining factor. The number of hours, according to Rabbi Elazar ben Azariah, Rabbi Shmuel, is inconsequential. It's the days, not the hours. Rabbi Akiva holds it's hours, and that's what the Mishnah says. I think it's in the Gemara in Yod. The Tosefta says here in Yod's the Mikas Ona Rishayna. A part of the first Ona is gone. In other words, if the Bia took place in the middle of the day, so then the middle of the Ona, so Mashliach makes this Ona Shishi. So you add on at the end from into the 6th Ona, because you have to have 5 Ono Shlemos. Okay, so we have Machlekes, Rabbi 5-3 Machlekes here. Rabbi Elazar ben Azariah holds on the 3rd day. Rabbi Shmuel holds on the 3rd day. I'm sorry, the shows Rabbi Elazar holds the 3rd day. Rabbi Shmuel holds the 4th day. And then you do it the onos, and Rabbi Akiva says it has to be after 60 hours, 5 onos. Okay, now Rabbi Yochanan's going on this machlekes over which we just learned. So Rabbi Yochanan Sinai Lamdu. Rabbi Lezer and Rabbi Shmuel and Rabbi Lezer ben Azai both learned from Sinai, and they both hold that the Torah was given on Friday, right? Even though we Paskin Torah was given on Shabbos, but they hold that the Torah was given on Friday, and Moshe came down on Tuesday. Well, actually, I should take that back. Moshe, on Tuesday, but it means the third day of the month. It's it's Tuesday. It's Tuesday and Friday, but also it can be taken to be the third day of the month and the sixth day of the month. It's Gimel Sivan and Vav Sivan. And the machlokes is whether they started doing Prisha that day on Tuesday, or Gimel Sivan, or that they started doing Prisha the next day, on Wednesday, or Dalet Sivan. Okay, so now, what it says, maybe Yochanan Sinai Lamdu. Both of them are Sinai. So the opinion which holds it has to be the fourth day. Your Moshe b'shlishi b'Shabbos. Moshe came down b'shlishi b'Shabbos. Again, some New York takes out the word Shabbos because it can just be a day of the month, but it can also could be. So it's, for our purpose, it's easier to say. It does mean Tuesday. Arbalu, he said, to be prepared for 3 days. I'll think shul isha. Okay, so he said them. Kol shpiris b'shlishi. If they were poresh on the shlishi, on shlishi itself. Yesh kan shlishi, then you have shlishi, le'revi. Now, if you're always we're going by dates, so then le'revi means the evening of Dalid to Sivan, but even if you're not going by dates, it means Wednesday night, but we call in secular terms Thursday night, Tuesday night, because it's night after Tuesday, but of course in halacha it's already Wednesday evening. So you have Tuesday evening, right? Then you have Shlishi, Revi, Wednesday day, Chamishi, Thursday evening, which is Wednesday night, Chamishi, the Thursday day. Okay, and now we're up to Friday, right? But Shishi, on Friday, both of our ladders has an emission Thursday night, which is Friday evening. Tmeya, she'd be Tameh. But Yom Torah, she would be have the emission during the day, she'd be Tahira. So that's like Rabbi Shmuel. On the fourth day, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, right? When she gets to the fourth day, she's Torah. Okay. Now, that's what about Rabbi Lezer ben Azariah? Lezer ben Azariah say Carbonate puts in Yard Moshe. Moshe came down, but you don't have to put it in. The idea is the same whether you put it or not. In any event, according to this opinion, they weren't able to do Prisha that day. So they did start Prisha the next day. I guess the days warning, whatever the case may be. So Komish Pirish Revi, Yeshkan Revi, Lel Chamishi, V'Chamishi, B'Shishi, Polta B'Layla Tmeya, B'Yom Torah. So, okay. So on the third day, this is like Rabbi Lezer ben Azariah. On the third day, if she has an emission, she's fine. During the day, it's fine. She has an emission, it's not a problem because it's the third day. That's Lezer ben Azariah's shita. Now the thing is that why differentiate between night and day? Right, it's already the third day or the fourth day starting from the night before. So it's a special Rosh Hashanah in the Midbar. Sinai. That was by Sinai. That had to be either to the fifth owner or to the seventh owner. You have to wait till the daytime, right? But Avodaros, Oba Arba B'Sheish. But the Doros, you either will hit the third day or the fourth day, depending which way you're looking at it. After four owners or after 6 owners, right? At that point, you're either going to be on the third day, which is good enough according to Rabbi Lezer ben Azariah, or the fourth day, which you need according to Rabbi Shmuel, and you would even if she's poletes at night, it would not be a problem. But Sinai, for some reason, the Kodesh Baruch Hu said no, an extra. I guess we can come up with it as far as, but that was only for that time, and not for ever any other time. So then the Rabbi Yochanan Akiva is saying Rabbi Akiva there are 5 onos, and that's for all generations. Now there's going to be an issue coming up when Rabbi Akiva actually was given on Friday, it was given on Shabbos when they went to the mikveh. But for our purposes, let's just learn it simply for now that the 5 onos were, like we did with the first opinion, from whenever they were porish on Tuesday day, right? Going to the first opinion or the Yom Shlishi, that Tuesday day to Tuesday night, when the evening halacha, Wednesday, right, which is the Wednesday day, Wednesday night, which is Thursday in halacha. Thursday, they would be the 5th ona. Sometime on Thursday, they would actually be, depending on when they're parish on Tuesday, right? Perhaps it would be already late on Thursday afternoon when the 60 hours would elapse. So sometime Thursday afternoon, the 60 hours would elapse, and then on Friday they could go to the mikveh. Right? So therefore, you would have the question where they went Friday night, Friday day, but they could go to the mikveh anytime Friday, and they'd be okay because the 60 hours have elapsed. Okay, so we'll come we're not out of the woods yet with this because we're going to have a whole issue coming up, and in order to understand this in great detail, but already the Mishnah itself, which we read before, so I don't think we have to read it again, but we'll read it again just to Yimashim Tamatina Plezich Mazer B'Yom Hashishi Torah Divrei Rabbi Elazar ben Azariah Yishmo Mer Parmishem Arba Onamos Parmishem Chamesh Parmishem Sheish. It depends when it's in order to get to the 4th day. Sometimes it's going to be 5, sometimes 6, sometimes 4, sometimes 5, sometimes 6, because he has the whole, you have to get the 4th day. Kirei Olam Chamesh. Kiva says always 5. You have to have 60 complete hours. If you stop in the middle or any time in the first oina, you have to go into the 6th oina in order to make it up. Okay, and we'll continue with that from the Mitzvah Shem tomorrow.